What's going on, everyone? Tommy from Pizarro's Pieces. It's Sunday. I've been to the boot sale. Let's have a look at what I found. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So I did not put a video out last Sunday. I was stalling at a boot sale and I didn't make too much money, so I didn't really want to spend too much money either, hence why when I came back there wasn't really a video to do because I didn't really buy anything. Unfortunately made about £50–60 I think at the boot sale. There was some good bits there. Someone had an NES with some control pads and a couple of games for £25 I think it was. There wasn't many toys there. Someone picked up a load of Star Wars Power of the Force stuff. Unfortunately it was just one of them days that just wasn't very good, so I just skipped doing a video last week. Although I do have other videos I can do, like I do still want to do a tour of this room and other videos as well, but I just decided to have a little break from it last week. So today I went to only one boot sale because by the time I got round it was 8:30, 9 o'clock. I didn't really want to drive to another one knowing that it was quite late and there probably would have been slim pickings. So yeah, this morning I was there about 6:30 and I'd done 3 or 4 aisles and about sort of 10–15 minutes and I hadn't found anything, and you start getting a bit like, oh, has the place been blitzed yet? Or you're not too sure. You can get a bit disheartened because you haven't found anything yet. But I did find something probably about four or 5 aisles in. Took a bit of a punt on these. I don't know a hell of a lot about them, but we've got a Iron Man Hulkbuster and an Iron Man figure here. Now these two well, the lady said they interact with each other, but I haven't sort of properly looked at them or anything until now, and I know they both speak and everything.
Jarvis, I need more power. Time for an upgrade.
Oh, there you go. So they do interact with each other. So we've got a talking Iron Man and Hulkbuster as well. Let's press. Where's he pressing here? So these are pretty new, I think. Yeah, 2015.
Mark 43, hit Ultron now!
Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to switch them off now. But I paid £7 for the pair. Both in really good condition. Like I said, it was one of them things where I hadn't found anything for sort of 4 or 5 hours, which is unusual. You normally find a thing or two. And I kind of thought to myself, oh, you know what, let me just grab it. Is it going to be one of those days where I don't find too much? So pretty cool find. I'm sure £7 for the pair, I don't know, could be worth £15–20 for the two. But
rerouting power to arc reactor.
I wanted to try and find the off switch button for these two. After them, my second find of the day without fail was my find of the day. So good to find things like this in the wild. I've already had a couple of interested people in this item because I sent a few pictures around, and I also see someone I know at the boot sale who's also interested in this as well, and you do not see these pop up often, especially in the UK. So this is a Masters of the Universe She-Ra bubble bath still with this bubble bath in it, and I could not believe it when I see this at the back of a woman's stall. I grabbed it straight away and she said to me, Wonder Woman, she's very pretty. And I said, yeah, well, it ain't Wonder Woman anyway, it's She-Ra, but 1986 that says on there, and you can see the bubble baths. I think it's only about half full. Her head needs a bit of a clean, but you know what, such a really, really good find. I paid £1 for that, and like I said, people, that was my find of the day. I've got a lot more other bits and pieces here, but that was definitely the find of the day. To find something He-Man, vintage He-Man, let alone something like that so unusual. And I think with boot sales, and I have said it before, there's 2 things that are key to boot sales. One is luck, massively. It's all about luck, and secondly, it's about being in the right place at the right time. I am not always in the right place at the right time. Today with that, I was, and I'm very, very pleased with it. Not too sure how much it's worth. I spoke to a few people. Couple of people have said in America they sell for quite high. Like I said, I've got a couple of interested parties, and I'd like it to go to a new home, but obviously I want to try and fetch a few quid for it as well. It is, like I say, it is a very rare item. A few more odds and sods I found. I've got this Star Wars blaster, not working, from 2006, so it's going to need some batteries. I paid 20p for that. Again, pretty cool find. And then I've got this really articulated Spider-Man from, what year is this? This is one of the Disney Store ones. I think, yeah, the Disney Store. Doesn't say a date on it, but I think these are quite recent if I'm not wrong. Really articulated and makes noise as well. I think I've switched him off, hold on.
Just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
He's got button full of webbing and all that. I paid £3 for that. Again, let me just put Shiva there. Pretty cool item, especially for like the Comic Cons and the shows and everything. I picked up a ton of Pokemon cards, so I haven't gone through these yet. Let me just, I've got 2 tinfuls here, and then there is a bundle more in this bag. I haven't had a chance to go through them, but I paid £6 for the lot. Pokemon still very, very popular with the kids, and so are the cards. They're still selling the cards in the shops, and they're very expensive. So to get a whole bag with a couple of tins for £6, very good price. Very pleased with that. This here, I picked up. This was the last item I picked up on my way out, and I'm really shocked that no one picked it up, to be honest with you. It's a box of Lego. I'm not too sure whether it's complete or not. There's loads of blocks in here. I paid £1, but what the more interesting thing for me was well, how old it looks. I don't actually know how old it is, but you can see on there it just says Lego, the building toy, and there's just loads of Lego parts in it. I'm not entirely sure. It just says Lego 020. I've not done any research at all on this, but I paid £1 for that. I just thought, I mean, even modern Lego for what that goes for, I thought £1 just for the vintage looking box. I thought that was pretty good. A bit battered up, and I think there's too much Lego than what's actually meant to be in there because it's bursting at the seams. That is. Let's put that there. What else have I got here? I've got a nice Incredible Hulk Funko Pop for 50p. I don't like Funkos, people know that, but people are still digging them. They still sell well, so happy days. I've got this guy. Now obviously I know he's from Star Wars, but there's no markings or anything on him. His arm goes down like that. I'm not too sure what he's from. He's obviously a small version. He's probably from a playset or something, but I paid like 20p for him. I forget what his name is now, the monster. One of the monsters from Star Wars. His hand goes down. 20p. Nice and cheap. Then I picked up some cool Care Bear figures. So I paid £4 for the whole bag. Just try and open them up. It's a zip bag. There we go. So we've got one of the posable ones, which my missus has already claimed. I'm not too sure which one that is. It's like a turquoise colour. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the little rubber mini ones from like the early 80s. And then we've got a couple of other figures in here. I think that might be Strawberry Shortcake. I think that's what they were called. And then I don't know who this guy is. What's it say on the bottom? 1982, is that? Yeah, Portugal. Not too sure who that guy is. And then we've got this little frog, also from 1982 as well. I'm not too sure, but they was in the bag, so I paid £4 for the whole lot. And then off the same person, I got this for £3. I didn't know what it was. I wasn't sure if it was complete or anything. I just took a bit of a punt on it. So it's 1987, made by Bandai. It's all completely in Japanese writing. So I've sort of done a little bit of research, and it's called, I forgot what it's called now, but it's Secret, no, Saint something. It's like a figure with loads of little metal bits, and it turns in. It's like a zodiac sign figure. There was obviously a series of them, but I've sort of looked on eBay to try and do a bit of research on them. I think they were called Seiyu or something, and these go for, well, maybe not in the UK because there's not many of them in the UK, but they seem to sell quite well in Japan. I paid £3 for that. I think it's worth sort of around £40 by the gist of looking at sold items on eBay. There's quite a few. There was quite a few other versions of it, so quite pleased with that. Again, I didn't know what it was. £3. I took a punt. Got a couple of vintage Star Wars figures here. Imperial Guard, I think that one is, with his jacket and that. I paid £3 each for these. And then we've got this one, 1977. Is it Death Star Squadron Leader or something? I have no idea. Star Wars. But the guy had a couple of Ewoks as well, but they had nothing on them, and he wanted £3 each, and I just thought this was going-ish rate, so I gave that a miss. Picked up a ton of comics. The person did have a couple of crates, and I asked how much for the crate. They wanted 60 quid. I didn't want to pick up 60 quid's worth of comics, to be honest with you. It was probably worth. So I picked up, these were 50p each. I mean, got an Essential X-Men here from December 1995. Nothing super great here. Mighty World of Marvel, Fallen Sun, The Death of Captain America, but we got 4 different covers here on that one. Got Fantastic Four, an old one here. Got X-Men, the official movie comic book prequel. Yeah, with Wolverine on the front. The Spectra, issue 1. I don't know if that's got a couple more X-Men, some Punishers. Ultimate Spider-Man, issue 1. Again, 50p each, I wasn't too sure. Now I've got X-Men, The End, book 2, and I've got 1, 2 and 3 on them ones. Any guess is as good as anyone's if they're actually worth any money. I have no idea, but for 50p each, I wasn't going to squabble. I picked up a couple of PlayStation 2 games. I got Masters of the Universe. I actually got them for myself because I've got behind the camera, you can't see it, but I've got a TV set up and I've got a PlayStation 2 here. And I also got this, I never actually knew they did this, and I don't know if it is any good, but I'd like to give it a little go. Underworld, The Eternal War. So obviously the video game based on Underworld. I didn't know they did that, but they were £1 each. I was happy to pay that. There's nothing really, is it? I picked this up, this was one of the last things I picked up, Ghost Rider Essential Volume 1. So this picks up quite a few of the Ghost Rider comics, thick old graphic novel. I paid £1 for that, a bit rough around the edges, but Ghost Rider still a popular character in Marvel. Got this cool 1990 empty bubble bath Spider-Man. While we're on the subject of bubble baths, you can go right there next to She Are. You're a lot taller though, ain't you? What else we got here? And I think, last but not least, and my missus has also claimed one of these, I picked up 2 80s Cabbage Patch dolls. Now, I didn't know about the clothes or anything, but this one's got the signature and got 84 written on it. So this is the boy. And then we've got the girl here, which my missus wants to keep, has got the signature and 85. So obviously I knew they were vintage dolls, but I didn't know. But these are obviously not the clothes that go with them. These are just clothes for normal dolls. My missus told me this after. So my missus is keeping this one, and she wants to get some clothes for it. Let me put you down there. And I'm just gonna, well, I don't really know what to do with this one, but I paid £5 for the pair, which I didn't think was too bad. So yeah, overall guys, I spent about 50 quid, give or take, but there was some nice good bits and pieces here, and I'm, you know, pleased with what I found, especially this. I mean, it's been a pretty good day overall, but things like this just sort of make the day so much better. And yeah, I mean, nothing really here for myself. I've got the He-Man and skeletal versions of that, and I was going to keep it, but I don't collect She-Ra, and I just think, you know, it'd be better off for someone else that collects them out there. So yeah, there's nothing really here for myself. I think this thing's pretty cool, so I don't really know what to do with that, and I don't know whether there's actually a market for this Japanese particular toy in this country. But yeah, I'm really pleased guys. A pretty decent volume, not a massive amount, but the little bit that I've got here well and truly good finds. Still showing, guys, that there is still stuff out there. So guys, if you're watching this video and you ain't subscribed, please consider to do so. Don't forget, I am on all social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. All the links are below. And guys, I've just realized this morning that I have hit 1,000 subscribers, so thanks for that. It's taken a bit longer than I would have liked because I was I was off of YouTube, shall I say, for 3 months back in the last year when I had my operation, but very pleased, and still obviously happy to continue putting videos out for you guys. Like I said, it ain't all about the boot sale videos. There are other things I want to do. I do want to start getting back into the shops, and I do want to start doing interviews and that again with collectors about their collections. It is just finding the time ultimately, and I've got something on the horizon with regards to Pizarro's pieces at the minute pending. Hopefully I'll be able to release the news on that within the next sort of 4 to 6 weeks. But guys, thanks for watching, and until the next video, I'll see you all then.